This is the part where it starts to smell good. Welcome back to Fit&Flexi TV. I'm Ali T and welcome to the Fit&Flexi kitchen. Today I'm going to bring you a recipe which is a red Thai curry. It's dairy free, gluten free and low FODMAP. It is amazing because you can make it on bulk. You only use one pan to throw everything into it so there's barely any washing up, and you can prepare all your meals for the week. It feels like a treat, but yet it is a meal prep. And there's a really good ratio of protein, carbohydrates and fats in there. Instead of going out and getting your local takeaway, which is full of fat and sugars and ingredients that you don't know about, why don't you try making this healthy alternative at home? So let's get cooking! So the first thing that you're going to do is grab all of your ingredients that you've already chopped up and place it into a pan. I've got a wok here with a little bit of oil in it, about a tablespoon of vegetable oil. Place all of that chopped ingredients into the pan. So we've got ginger, garlic, chilies and spring onions. That's really flavourful. And turn that heat up and just coat it all over the bottom of the pan so that it starts to cook, and you'll smell all of the flavours as the oil starts to cook these delicious spices. This dish is really flavourful. Obviously you can make it to however you like it. I like it really spicy and hot, so I keep my seeds in the chilies, but if you want to, you can remove the seeds. And also if you are low FODMAP, the reason that I use spring onions instead of onions is because I don't react particularly well to onions. With spring onions, they are much better on someone's gut if they've got a slightly dodgy gut or IBS. And the best thing to do is, if you're like giving it a go, try to keep the green bit of the spring onions in rather than the whites, because they're a lot kinder to your gut. You can already smell the flavours coming out, which is amazing. It's a really hearty smell. This is the perfect meal for either a really dingy day because it feels really warming, or like a treat. It really feels like a treat meal even though it's really healthy. This is my absolute all-time favourite meal. I'm not even lying, so I thought I'd share it with you guys, and I'm going to make it in bulk so that I've got loads, because I try to prep my meals in advance so that I can eat healthily throughout the week without being tempted by things, and I'm going to try not to eat it all in one go because that also happens too. If you've got people coming around for dinner, or if you're making like a homemade date night or something, this is the absolute perfect meal for you, because it seems like it's taken loads of preparation and it tastes absolutely amazing when actually it's super easy. It tastes incredible without having to do much to it, and it looks like you put in a lot of effort for someone and time slaving over the stove. So you want to have the heat up fairly high, so you should hear it sizzle as it's cooking, and just keep moving it around in the pan, in the oil, to make sure that it kind of evenly browns all over before we add the meat. So when it looks like this, lots of steam coming off it, and it's just browning and everything's going quite soft, turning into a bit more of a paste, that's when it's the perfect time to add your meat. And this is a really versatile recipe. You can use fish or prawns or chicken. Today we're using chicken thighs because they're my favourite cut of chicken, because they're nice and tender, succulent and moist, and they're much cheaper as well than chicken breast. And they tend to keep better and don't dry out if you're doing food prep for the week. I think people tend to think that if you're doing food prep, you've got to use just a plain chicken breast without anything on it at all, with green beans and rice, and do exactly the same every single day. And believe me, I've been there, and it's boring, and you're also not going to stick to it because life is for living. So if you can make something and meal prep it that you actually really enjoy, you look forward to your meals, and then you're less tempted to go out there looking for treats if your actual meal is a treat in itself. This is that flavourful recipe, and if you are vegetarian, then it works really well with butternut squash or even tofu, so you can mix up what you're going to put in it and it works really well. So I've diced up the chicken thighs so they're all ready to go in, and like I said, I'm meal prepping for the week. We've got a hell of a lot of chicken thighs here. All of these are going in now. to cook in the flavours in the pan. So you can just whack it all in and just give the chicken a little bit of time to cook on the outside in the flavours. And it's super easy. You just pop it all in one pan and then you're good to go. Once your chicken is nicely browned on the outside, you're then going to add your red Thai curry paste. This is my favourite red Thai curry paste, all the way from Thailand. I have been out there to do a cookery course before. This was my favourite brand of red Thai curry paste, and you want to add about, well, I add about 2 teaspoons of curry paste to all of this because it's pretty spiry. But you should add however much you want to add for yourself. You can always dilute it with a bit of coconut milk later, or you can add a little bit of curry paste to make it a bit spicy, or add in some chilies. You'll kind of get to know what level of spiciness you want, a bit like Nando's. Okay, so today we're going for medium, but if you like a bit of lemon and herb, then reduce the amount that you use. Or if you like it extra hot, then whack in as much as you want. We've got a massive tub of curry paste going on. This is how much we like it, see? We've got a bucket of curry paste. So 2 teaspoons, roughly, of curry paste. And remember, if you are doing it as meal prep, if you're cooking for the whole week, you want to be adding a lot more teaspoons of curry paste and more coconut milk, so that you've got enough to portion out for however long you want to have. You can freeze this, so it's absolutely fine to freeze it and reheat it, and you can always make the curry sauce, freeze the curry sauce, and then add different meats to it as well in the future. You then want to just cook that curry paste down, cover the chicken in the curry paste, and get it super spicy before diluting it with your coconut milk. This is the part where it starts to smell good. If you're not that keen on spice, or you don't have any red Thai curry paste to hand, but you're watching this and you really fancy making it, you can always just use coconut milk, and with the flavours that we've added at the beginning, if you add a few more of them, it actually flavours the coconut milk really nicely. You could add in a few extra things like lime or lemongrass, and it tastes delicious. And there's a much milder flavoured curry on your meat. That's really good with white fish or something. Next, all you need is a tin of coconut milk. So we have a 400ml Blue Dragon coconut milk here. This is a full fat one. If you make this with a light coconut milk, it can sometimes be a little bit thin. So what we have come up with is using 1 can of coconut milk and then diluting it with coconut milk from a carton. That makes it a lot healthier because this is full of fat and super creamy, and this is going to dilute it down, but it's really thin, so it's literally just like coconutty water. And that's then going to make it a lot healthier and thin it out for your week so that your coconut curry will last you all week for your food prep. Bit of coconut milk out, so I just put a tiny bit of coconut milk into the can, swish it around, and you can already see that beautiful red Thai curry colour coming out. Look at that. Nice. Then turn your heat down a little bit and you just let it simmer so that all the flavours meld together, and that's literally it. And while it's cooking, it's just simmering away now, I've just made myself a drink of cedars and tonic, and look at this beautiful new cedars that I found, which is juniper berries, rose and hibiscus, and it is delicious. If you don't drink and want to make a healthy alternative to having a gin and tonic in the evening, then you can grab some cedars. Try that one out. They've got 3 different flavours, I think. Wild, classic, and this one is called Pink Rose. So I'm trying this one out for the first time, so delicious. As your curry is simmering away, there's just a couple of little finishing touches to add, one of them being chicken stock. So remember, if you're doing a fish curry, make sure you're using fish stock, but we've got chicken curry here, so we're going to add a little bit of chicken stock just to add to the flavour. Now your curry is almost ready, it's pretty much there. I've done a little taste test and that's delicious. You're going to add a little bit of pak choi. Just rip off the leaves, leaving the bottom. You don't want that bit. This is delicious vegetable. It's great for getting in a little bit of variety into your diet. If you're used to just eating the same vegetables every single day, I'm often a fan of green beans. That's what I stick to, but add a bit of pak choi, gives it that oriental vibe, and then just simmer that down. Tastes so good. In your curry, if you can't get pak choi or it's not to your taste, you can always add spinach. We sometimes do that, especially if you're doing meal prep and then throughout the week you want to keep bulking out vegetables. You can add anything you like, but spinach is also another really good thing, which just wilts down in the curry sauce and adds an extra bit of greenery to your diet. Lazy rice time. Once your curry is pretty much there, it's time to cook the rice. You can obviously cook a bulk pan of rice, but I am all about time and efficiency. So grab a microwave bag of rice. I love it with Jasmine Rice. It comes out like sticky rice, and then the curry sauce all melts into the rice and it's delicious all together. And this is super simple if you're doing meal prep and you just want to freeze the sauce or have the sauce in the fridge. Each night you can just get out another sachet of rice and you're good to go. So really easy. And I have about half a sachet of rice, and then it's really easy also to measure the amount of rice and carbohydrates you're having in your diet. So these are fantastic. Lots of different flavours and varieties actually of this microwave rice, but Jasmine one is particularly delicious with this. Also there's coconut and chilli and lime, so have a play around with the varieties of rice. 2 minutes in the microwave. Dinner's ready. Now that your curry is ready and your rice is cooked, it is time to serve it up. And I'm going to garnish the curry with desiccated coconut and some coriander, and these little flourishes are what makes it look like an extra special treat, especially if you're cooking for someone else. Or later on in the week if you're getting out of the freezer and you're doing a meal prep, but to make you feel like you're getting that takeaway feeling or you've got a treat to look forward to, definitely add a little garnish, and that just gives it that extra little restaurant feel. There you go, dinner is ready. So this is my serving suggestion if you're doing this for a particular occasion, a date night, or even just to treat yourself. Place the rice into a little cup or a bowl and pack it down after it's come out of the microwave. Then turn the bowl upside down, and this is how it comes out, just like Blue Peter. Here's one I made earlier. So I've done my rice in a little heart. So I placed the rice into the heart dish and put it onto the plate, and then I've put the curry into a little heart dish on the side, so it's all ready to serve. And dinner is done! There you go. So meal prep for the week. You can now come home, have dinner each evening or lunch, and it can look like your favourite takeaway. It's healthy, high protein, full of healthy fats, and a really good ratio of complex carbohydrates, fats and proteins in there too. Nice and cheap, nice and simple, but yet it feels like a big treat. I have just sprinkled a little bit of desiccated coconut over the top of it as well, to give it that extra garnish, and I love the flavour of coconut, so it just really brings out the coconut flavour. And then finished with a little sprig of coriander, so you've got that restaurant style, Michelin star quality on top. If you've liked this video, please give me a huge thumbs up and like and subscribe. And if you try the recipe, let me know. Put a little comment below and let me know how you get on. Also, if there's any other nutrition or food advice that you would like, then please do send me a message or comment below the video, and I will do my best to make the recipes for you. If you like this video, give me a massive thumbs up and like and subscribe so that you don't miss any other videos coming your way. Please let me know what you would like. If you try this recipe, let me know. And if you'd like more meal prep ideas or date night ideas, I will do more recipes for you. Just comment below and let me know what you'd like to see. See you next time in the Fit&Flexi kitchen.
Sorry. Sorry, I tried to walk away. Start again.
Okay. Ready? Because you can add anything.
I tried to go in the other room.
This is going to be good bloopers. Oh my god, it's so spicy! Try to do the recipe a couple of times and you'll kind of get to know what... what was that?
Sorry.
Oh, my bad. You're playing with something. My bad.
Sorry, I had
Squeezy! Okay then. Oh yeah. Sure you don't want a slow-mo shot of this? They just remind me of cat food.
That's going in.
La, la, la.
That's going in.
Oh god. What are you talking about? It's gonna look great. Grab your coconut milk and slowly caress the top. If you're cheapskate like us, you did not buy a ring pour. Ah! I ain't touching him. I am hungry for dinner. Should I do a little dance or something then? In the curry sauce.
What sauce? The corridor.
In the curry. Lazy rice time. So, not so at all. That was really difficult to say.